Right now, I'm actually 30. Cheers to that. Okay, so it's so crazy to think, last time we were able to really get together and talk, it was pre-30, and now I am 30, and I really do feel that just where I am today, I feel like there is a difference, right? For those who know me, I was able to throw
Your party was amazing.
A birthday. Thank
it was
you.
Amazing.
Thank you. I've heard nothing but good things, so that really makes me happy because it was last minute. But, I think the main, resounding kind of feedback that I've been getting is that it really gave people an opportunity to get to know me. And I think for those, again, you don't know, but the theme was kind of like my garden of life, and also kind of stemming from the theme of blooming. So I think that's something that's still heavy in my mind. I have so many plants around me right now. And so I always say that there's so many metaphors that can come from just a plant, the soil, the roots, the vines. I mean, if you wanted to get into it. So I think when I think about where I am today, it's kind of like that. Now that I really put it all into perspective, I grew up living my life thinking, the sky's the limit, right? And so you're just trying to achieve better for yourself. You're always trying to, reach that next thing. Even if you don't know what it is, you're just, you're working towards something. But now I really have adopted more of the mantra of, the sky is no longer the limit because God is in control. So therefore I can do any and everything, right? And I think just with that mindset, like that renewed mindset, I feel more confident going into my 30s. I feel more confident to be able to set boundaries, to identify what they are, and then to try and hold those people around me more accountable. And also confident in my voice and trying to, I would think about kind of all the way up until 29, you don't really feel like an adult. I think I'm 18, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, I'm just a big kid. Okay, a big teen. But I think to be at 30, I remember being young and always saying, man, I can't wait for the day where, when I talk, people listen and it's like foot down. Like I don't have to talk too much. You just say it and people know like, oh, she's serious or she means business, or you don't have to re-explain yourself. And I think that that's something that I'm still working towards. So all in all, I think just to answer the question of, how do I feel right now? I think that for me personally, all the experiences that I've had, all the, ups and downs, I'll say the roller coaster, the valleys, they've all really helped me to be, who I am today. And I am very appreciative of, this moment in time. So, I definitely could go a bit deeper, but I'll stop right there. But I'm really excited for what is to come, especially in year 30. So
30.
Yeah, what about you guys? How are you feeling?
30.
I'm like, who's going next?
Did you want any wine? I wanted to ask that though before we kept on.
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you.
You like?
I know, right?
I was like, were you over here sleeping?
It's late, y'all. It's late. What time
It
is
is late.
It's
for
like
sure.
In the studio.
9:39. My eyes up some more.
In the
work hard with the women.
all of us for real. Big facts.
That's a great segue to me.
Okay, let's go.
Work been kicking my butt. Okay. But how have I been?
How do you feel?
Oh, how do I feel? I feel interesting. I know I use that word a lot, but I feel interesting. I don't think everybody knows my brother passed away 3 months ago, and I'm not trying to get emotional, but that realization is slowly coming, and my mind has like thought a way of like him not being here. I think he's still here. I just think he's on vacation and he's coming back. Yeah. So it's just that realization that like, no, he's actually not coming back. And so it's very emotional for me, very hard to navigate. Still trying to fight it in a way, which I know I need to like, have acceptance for it, but it's hard. Also working a lot. So everything I said the last time that like, I had this whole goal of like focusing on myself. I ain't gonna lie. Has I been done? No.
Right.
I realized I just been like, just working, putting into work, but that's still the goal. But I think now I'm in a place of just like trying to be able to balance work and life. so that I can, again, put that energy towards me, and truly work on, I guess, accepting grief. Accepting it, accepting what comes with it, knowing that, it's not going to be good days. Mm-hmm. Not at all. But, I'm here, and my brother wants me here. My brother wants me to, be the person that I want to be, and stuff like that. Thrive.
Shine.
Yes.
Glow.
Yes.
Right.
So, boom. For sure.
Dance.
Right. Okay, dance.
All the things.
Okay, so, and that's why I just got to keep in my mind, to keep going forward. I always fight to, have a positive energy for the most part. So, yeah, that's kind of, how I feel now. Yeah. It's just, in an interesting state. Yeah. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it all. I also am realizing that I am highly spoiled.
Period. I didn't realize that. I was like, oh my God.
Well, I realized it shows in my actions. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's just dang. So I'm reflecting on that. That
that's crazy. It shows in my nonchalantness.
It shows your nonchalantness. Mm-hmm. It shows in me slightly having a mood when I don't get my way. And it's just girl, sometimes stuff not go your way. For sure. But it's because of I usually get what I want, and it's just
that's funny.
Okay, girl, it's not like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did when you were a child or whatever, but it's real life. You're an adult, But yeah. Mm. Where was I going? No. I think that might be it, honestly.
Yeah. That was good. Right. That was great.
Wow. Who knew? $30 when I cried. That time ago.
I just got on mine.
Okay, well, I feel very, very much so here. Just there's a lot of things on my plate, and I feel now I'm just okay, well, let me just try to tackle them to the best of my ability. Yeah, so just here and happy and, moving along, just accepting my new reality. I'm having 3 jobs. I'm 3 jobs.
3 jobs.
3 jobs. What's the song?
I'm a
for real.
Oh.
Where were you going?
I can't engage. Wait, where did you go?
I'm a hustler, baby.
Oh.
I just want you to know.
Where were you going?
Round of applause.
Woo!
That's it.
Right.
That's how I feel.
I love that.
Where you finished?
Yeah, pretty much just present, being happy, just taking it all in and going.
Yes.
I feel
I'm grateful for all that I've experienced up until this point in my life, and I'm motivated, energized, and ready to do all I gotta do moving forward. Well, at least for the next 30 years. I might, midlife crisis. We might have to go through this again. But I do feel very grateful. I feel like I have a lot of energy. Just looking back at everything that I've been through, everything within my life, everything leading up to year 30, closing out this year, all the things, our friendship, just all the things. I feel like all of this has just been energy, fuel, motivation, reasons, whys, purposes, just all the things to lean on as I'm doing what it is that I'm doing in the future, if I need to, type of time. But I feel very encouraged about that. I don't feel sad about it. I feel like I was sad about it at one point because just thinking about how different things, how life is going to keep changing, and you can't really control what that change looks like and who comes and who doesn't come and da-da-da. But I feel very encouraged because I see the opportunities that I'm getting on a regular, and so I'm seeing the ways that I get to show up. which led me to think, it is so, and I don't mean this, let me just say what I got to say. It's hard everybody being themselves. Like, it's hard being Jasmine, it's hard being Tori, it's hard being Ashley, it's hard being Vanessa. Mm-hmm. It's hard. We just make it look easy, to the other people's eye. Yeah.
On the outside.
But it's so hard. Like, being in... Naturally, I always say that I feel like we only know how to be ourselves. So it's not like, I don't know, it's not like we're wired to do something outside of who we are. It's just that's who you are under those conditions, type of time. Yeah. But I do feel like, I think it's hard just being yourself, in general. And that's a segue, but it's a side note. I think to what, and not to talk about Diddy, but to just bring up the Diddy thing, because, I understand, but it's just like everybody want to say something about somebody something, and I'm just like, why does it matter? Like, and not why does it matter, because it's like, okay, if he's harming people, okay, we don't want more people to be harmed. And not trying to say that in like a careless tone, but like, yes, but like we go past that. Mm-hmm. I think as a people, as a human race, we go past the wrong things and we stop at the wrong things. We stop when we need healing and we need to keep going. Mm-hmm. But we go past the judgmental phases when it gets to other people's lives. We stop at meeting somebody where they're at through a conversation or listening to them. But, I'm seeing a lot, and I'm seeing where my voice is going to have a lot to say about it.
So you were trying to say that, when it comes to difficult situations, right? Like what we were just talking about, and specifically with like Diddy, for example, it's just that, yes, there's a lot of wrong that's happening, but sometimes we like to pick and choose the wrong that we focus on.
We like to be judgmental.
We be judgmental,
but we don't like to
what's
meet
the
with
point?
How do we?
What is the information giving us?
Yes.
What is this what is everybody taking from this situation for themselves? Yeah. But like really for yourself, not judge.
Or to, move differently.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so I think because, what we were just talking about was just the simple fact that, any one of us in this society, in this race, right, this generation, we can each find ourselves in a moment of making a mistake, of a shortcoming, but on a large scale that's been publicized. And at that point, what do others around who do have things to say, what do you take from it, right? So even in this situation where it's very public and, everyone's like, oh, my God, like it's so like maybe you're shocked, maybe you're not shocked, maybe, you have a comment, but from what, like how will you move differently? Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely get that.
No, yeah, I agree. We got to get a point where it's just like past the judgment or judge, but also reflect.
Exactly.
Also,
that's what because we stop at the wrong part. You stop at the judgment when it's like, okay, cool, go past that. Now what's next?
Yes.
Like, it's more.
There's more to that.
You just cool.
Yeah.
We're human.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
But let's keep going.
Yes, because you never know where you can end up.
You never know. That's what y'all. When I say you never know,
you literally never know. Mm-hmm. That's always what I ride on. Is like. Growing up, or not even growing up, I think once I got to college, and it's just like people view me as just like goody tissues, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like
I can't change.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's what you're doing that. Oh my gosh. Please stop.
That was just limited to you.
Please stop.
And you only.
Please. Because don't put me on this pedestal that I'm not on. Right. Because I didn't
ask to be
anything that anybody in this world can do.
I'm trying to,
and don't. And so I always try. Judgment is gonna happen, but the goal is always try not to judge. Yeah. Because you always could end up in that predicament.
Yeah. What do y'all think judgment is? Do you think judgment is like an actual? Do you think it's just a thought? Do you think it's an action of verbalizing a thought? Do you think it's sharing negative energy about a thing? Like, what do you think judgment is?
I think there is negative energy. I think it is a thought. Mm-hmm. Where there is action, I think personally with us. There's no action to the judge,
Mm-hmm.
but I think there is a thought to the judge. I don't know.
Well, when I said action, I meant like verbalizing the thought. That's an action.
That is action.
Yeah.
That is action. I mean, yeah, we are verbalizing it.
Yeah,
But that is, yeah.
Not taking it for. We know where to
We
stop.
We know where to stop.
Like,
Okay.
We don't care that much.
Yeah.
I think that judgment is really the perspective of a lack of grace.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it's when you begin to verbally, right, the action of verbally casting judgment, you have now kind of, in a way, separated yourself from said situation.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to how we're saying, like, at any moment, it could be you in that hot seat. Okay, the seat is hot, and it could be you at any given moment.
Who determines who's judging? You know what I mean? Because I think projection is a real thing, and a lot of people project judgment onto other. You're judging. I never said that I couldn't be in that position. I'm sorry if what I said sounded like it didn't have grace, but you know what I'm saying? Like, who says judgment is judgment? Because I feel like it's you. I feel like it's you with everything. And I feel like that's also part of the reason why it'd be hard, like, just to navigate in general. Because everything is like you.
I feel like I think it just depends on what you're like judging it to. Like if like whatever your the standard, yeah,
rubric.
Yeah, I think it just depends on that really, and everyone's individual perspectives of that said rubric and whatnot. So yeah, that's what I think.
I think I would say for me, you know, I think about the communication triangle, that there's the sender, there's the receiver, and there's the message, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think when you take it at that kind of loop, right, there's a feedback loop happening there. There's what I said, there's maybe how I said it, how it was delivered, there's the person who received it. Regardless of what I said, how I said it, it was still received, and then there was the main message. And so I think that even when I may feel that, that wasn't coming from a place of judgment, that wasn't meant to judge you, that wasn't even meant to be negative. However, you still received it that way. Well, now we have a place to stop, to try and at least reflect and understand. Now, the receiver, to me, and the sender, all parties involved have to be willing to participate in the understanding. Okay. Or else, it won't happen.
Okay. I was confused on the question. That's why I was like, I don't know what to say. But, no, I agree. I definitely agree with that. How do we start off a conversation that can be like that? You know what I'm saying? Do we, start it off with just like, I'm not coming from a place of judgment, but this is how I feel that, like, whatever that you're doing, Yeah. And, so that it can open up in a way. Or does that even matter? Because you're not coming from a place from judgment. So in your mind, you're not even thinking in that way.
I think just from, like, being able to announce that, it still kind of puts the other person at a less
that you're understanding
place. Yeah.
Of, so I guess, like, potentially them.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. That's came up thought when you said that. I was just like,
It would be nice.
I think also, though,
that's different.
People, the relationship you have with people, it's important too. You're going to have to edit this out. Because however, okay. That's the key.
I kind of think self-awareness is the start of everything. I think when you go into situations, honestly, you should just go into it and ask yourself the question of, let me pause. What can I don't know, grow? What can I develop? How can I evolve within myself from this situation? I really think every situation, that's really how you should approach it, but it's different for everybody. I don't think everybody's going to approach things like that. But I do think self-awareness is like top tier, one of the most important things type of time.
Vote. I mean, make it an educated vote,
I like that.
Dig into it.
Make it An educated vote. That's good. That's
You
what
know,
we need.
why are you
Pull
voting?
that up.
Yeah.
Why are you voting for that
Yeah,
person?
pull that up. Make it an educated vote.
Yeah, and really just like, get into it for real. And then hopefully you, as well as I, get into voting locally. Because that is the biggest.
That is the biggest.
Yeah.
Most
Just
important.
talking about that.
Yeah. So true.
Well,
I had a question.
Oh.
Sorry, to wrap up, I had a question. It was from earlier, so I'll just bring it back now. On the topic of self-awareness, just to end with, on a rating of strongly disagree, neutral, or NA. Think about that kind of scale, right? To agree, to strongly agree. It's 2-part question. Part 1 is, how would you rate yourself on your self-awareness? So the statement is, I am self-aware.
strongly agree for me.
I would say, I would say it's an agree. I agree.
Okay. I strongly agree. All right, and then the second part is, how would you, when it comes to others and the outside person looking in, or a friend rather, what do you think your friends would rate you?
On your own self-awareness? Like,
On how
Only
self-aware
somewhere you
you
are.
are.
Like, strongly agree.
Agree.
I would say agree.
You would say agree.
Yeah. I was gonna
You said you would say strongly
agree.
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 And I think I would say maybe I'm leaning on the strongly agree. That's where I'm gonna put my stamp on strongly agree.
Nationwide
Is on your side.
I think Jasmine's trying to hit that one.
Higher.
You can?
Yeah.
I'm like, what else up there? Hold on.
Well, is that? I think she's trying to hit that note. I want to hit the note under that.
Yours gonna be
Yeah, you guys trying to catch me when you're in there.
I'm like, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
So
Yeah.
I think she gonna do
and then
Yeah.
and another one.
Come up, ma'am.
The devil is a liar. Yeah.
There's a, oh, Fear, my bad.
I was gonna hold on, wait, no, go. No, you do it. I just want to mimic you.
Okay, Fear. The devil is a liar. Yeah. We all went to the same.
Hey, all right, go again. I thought you was gonna go high, Jazz. I can go high. I can go
At the
high.
end of the day, the devil is a liar.
Amen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to record. Just wanted to come on and show some love because we look good.
Yeah.
Shout out to the brown skin girls, period. And we're going to get back to it in the lab cooking, podcast style.
Yeah.
Go up.
Can you
I'm
tell?
kind of sharpen
It's going
it.
to be on a podcast.
Almost. Yeah. It's like that's
What should it be?
the more you do it, the
Y'all.
better.
4 girls trying to figure it out.
4 black girls trying to figure it out.